why should we do monitoring and quality control? And I'll start with a list of actual customer stories. So won't go into gory detail on each of these, but maybe highlight a few. I think a lot of this boils down to the tools or the processes for detecting issues start off being pretty basic, pretty rudimentary, and don't get a chance to dig a little bit deeper. So one example here is where on a program the left channel of audio was out for several hours. Right? We only had instead of the full stereo, we only had the right channel. And part of the reason there was because the monitoring was essentially looking at the stream on a laptop. And you can't tell if you've only got one of the channels available from a little laptop speaker. And so they just didn't even know until customers were calling in about that. What's another good example here? Problems with profiles. So of course in an ABR implementation, we've got multiple representations, multiple profiles available. If any of those profiles are missing, that could cause a problem for some particular viewers who happen to be, trying to retrieve that profile. Again, if the monitoring procedure in place is simply looking at the output of a Roku box on a TV, and that particular profile is never hit, you're not going to know. Right? The only way to truly find that is by monitoring all of the profiles simultaneously. So, there's lots of examples like this of cases where, simple viewing methods aren't enough to really uncover what's going on. So, to sort of elaborate on that point, I would say that, the starting point tends to be just looking at basic measurements, basic statistics from equipment in the workflow. So what is your encoder telling you? What's the packager telling you? Looking at some of the delivery stats, perhaps from the, our CDN provider and so on. We might be using simple tools like, again, a Roku box connected to a TV or, streaming it on a laptop or something like that. We're not going to get a lot of great visibility with those kinds of tools. And similarly, the expertise behind that, the team that's of engineers, operators that are taking a look at those measurement devices, if you will. Again, they're starting from usually starting from a small team and growing from there. A lot of streaming providers, they're relatively new startups. They're not like the incumbent large cable operators. So a small team to start with, and again, they may not have the ability to look in detail at what's going on.